Gypsy Rose has finally admitted that there will not be another season of her show, Gypsy Rose Life After Lockup. She said that her NDA is finally expired. She no longer has a contract with Lifetime. So she took her chance to reactivate her TikTok account temporarily so she could go live and spill the tea. She said that whenever she did the first season of Gypsy Rose Life After Lockup, they had fantastic ratings. It was one of Lifetime's fastest growing shows, especially for a show that's new like that. Usually it takes time to build up a show and its audience, and Gypsy's show from the jump had quite a bit of viewers compared to other shows on Lifetime that had just been starting out. So Lifetime thought they had an Easter egg with this show. They sat there and ran with it. They had a really good first season, but Gypsy said by the second season, ratings began to plummet. And I think a lot of that just has to deal with, one, she didn't have the drama going on with Ryan, because a lot of what kept viewers hooked in the first season was her drama with Ryan, her going back to Ken, and all that messiness. And with season 2, I mean, she had Ryan pop in here and there, but besides that, she really didn't have a lot going on. I covered a lot of the first season, and I covered the second season too, but I found myself not covering every episode because a lot of episodes, there's just nothing notable worth talking about. And Gypsy had her daughter, and she refused to show her daughter on the show, and she said that Lifetime was really pushing for her to show her daughter. So this is what she said. She said Lifetime was really pushing Gypsy to show her daughter. She sat there and said, okay, well, when my baby gets here, I'm not going to show my baby. And she said Lifetime continuously would try to get her to change her mind. Like at one point, there's pictures that were leaked of Gypsy's baby. But one day she took her kid to see the Easter Bunny, and when she went to go see the Easter Bunny, she sat there and had somebody run into her and take a picture of her child and post it, and she was freaking out. And I guess Lifetime went to Gypsy and said, don't you want to control being able to post and show your daughter? Here you are, you're going to have strangers posting your daughter. Why don't you take back the power and post your daughter yourself and show your daughter on the show? And Gypsy was like, I just cannot do that. And she said originally she was not going to show Aurora at all. Eventually Lifetime talked her into showing like small snippets of Aurora where you really couldn't see like any identifying features. Like she would show the baby with its back turned or looking away, or she'd show Aurora's hand. Just things that didn't actually show her face. And she said just over time, Lifetime was just wanting more and more. And they even got to the point where they told Gypsy, look, your show is going to be a lot more successful if you just show your baby. People want to see your baby and see you be a mom and see what you're up to. And Gypsy's saying a lot of her life is being a mom now, is she's not willing to show Aurora's face. I mean, what can Lifetime really get out of her storyline outside of maybe some drama here with Ken here and there? Lifetime got to the point where they're like, look, if you just show Aurora, the show will do so much better, and we will even pay you to show Aurora. And she said, look, the money's not worth it. I do not want to do it. And then she said that her manager, aka her lawyer, started pitching the TV show to another network, because she said when she first got out of prison, she had several networks pitching her for TV shows and documentaries. And her manager was pitching different networks, and then Gypsy sat down and thought about things, and she said she came to the conclusion that she just did not want her life to be on television anymore. She said she wanted to take a break and live in private. So she ended up telling her manager, hey, is it okay if we just don't do another season and don't find another network? And her manager, he cares more about what's going to pay off financially versus what she wants. So he's like, come on. I mean, look, you've already came this far. It's going to be harder to get back into TV if you take a break. Let's just keep this train rolling. And Gypsy said, no, I need to take a break. She said now she just wants to live a private life and not be on TV anymore. But I don't know. Gypsy's known to speak very prematurely about things. Like, she'll be like, oh, I'm taking a social media break for 30 days. And then 3 days later, she's back on social media. Like, she speaks about things before, like, really attempting them. And then at the end, it makes her look like a liar. And it's like, how about you try to show some success with what you do before you speak on it. But anyways, I feel like this is another case of Gypsy speaking prematurely. I feel like she is saying, yes, I want to live my life in private and be done with TV for good. But I definitely feel like if she gets a good enough opportunity, she will not pass it up, because her only income right now is making money off her art. And she admitted that Ken makes good money, but she said, look, in our household, we cannot just make it off the income of just him. We need mom and dad both contributing to the family. So she needs a job. And again, she reiterated, oh, I can't go and get a job at the Dollar General because trolls call up places that I go, places I shop, places I eat. Just imagine if I got a job somewhere. And I mean, I kind of, a lot of people do give Gypsy hate for saying that. But I do think she's right, honestly. Like, wherever she works, people are going to be trolling that place, dragging that place, tweeting that place, saying, oh my God, you hired somebody that is a schmurderer. And they're going to drag the hell out of her. And if they don't do that, I feel like word is going to get around quick. Like, hey, Gypsy's working at the local Aldi, and the next thing you know, people are going to show up at Aldi, and then people are going to try getting their little famous moment on TikTok and start pulling up and, trying to troll her, or call her names, or call her a murderer, and bother her when she's just trying to make an honest living. So, I mean, I honestly do think she's kind of right, but there are jobs that you can get where you don't have to be public facing. She could go get a job at a warehouse. She could go get a job like in a call center, or a job like, behind the scenes. Like, she doesn't have to be like right there dealing with customers face to face. There's plenty of other jobs. I mean, she could even find a work from home job and like help do like insurance enrollment, or work for cell phone companies. There's a lot of opportunities out there, but she's convinced like, hey, I'm just going to focus on my art. And she does charge quite a bit for her art. She was charging like $120 for a canvas of her art. And the canvas usually only costs like $5-10. And then she just has to pay for paint and her time. So she's making a massive profit off this art that she's selling. And she said she got so many orders, she had to pause orders for a moment to catch up. But I just don't think this is going to be sustainable long term. I think right now, with her just starting art, a lot of people are just jumping on it because you got people out there who will buy it because people are into buying artwork from people who've taken people's lives before, and people would just be like, oh, I got this piece from Gypsy Rose just because Gypsy Rose did it. And a lot of people on TikTok, I saw like 5 different people on TikTok say they bought a painting from Gypsy Rose just because it's of Gypsy Rose. And that's like $600 she made right there. But I don't know if that's going to be sustainable long term. I think after a while, business is going to slow down and get stagnant, and she's going to have to figure something else out. And I feel like she's going to want to go the easy way and just do like another documentary or TV show, because she could just film for a TV show for a month or two and then probably pay her bills for the rest of the year. So I don't know. You guys let me know. Do you guys think she's going to stay away from TV permanently? I have a hard time believing that. I just feel like this is something that we're going to see Gypsy change her mind on later. She said, I had to start doing art because I need a way to support myself. And I guess she's been into art for a long time. But she said that she no longer makes money from TikTok because she said that she permanently deleted her TikTok, which I don't understand how that works. I've never tried to permanently delete my TikTok before, but if you permanently deleted your TikTok, then how are you back on there going live? But she said, since I deleted my TikTok and then reactivated the TikTok, she said that she is no longer in the creator fund. And she said before that, she's making like $3,000 a month on TikTok, which I'm shocked. I thought it would have been a lot more. Like, I'm pretty sure Ryan Anderson was claiming she was making like $6,000 a month when she first got out, just off TikTok alone. But she said that that money did help with her bills, but she acts like most of that money is gone now. And she's like, look, I'm not rich, but I'm not poor either. But I do have a nice little Easter egg that she says is still put away. But what I'm confused about is, like, if you say you're not in the creator fund anymore, then how are you still getting, what are they called? The what people buy for you on TikTok, the gifts. She was getting gifts the whole time during her life. And that's money you're making from people. So if you're not making money on TikTok, then what are all these gifts that people are throwing at you? And she said that she felt like she could have made more on TikTok, but she wasn't willing to show her whole life and open up about everything. She said she just wanted to do like goofy trends and dance and stuff like that. And she said that limited the amount that she could make on TikTok to make that sustainable long term. And there was also rumors going around that TikTok had taken away Gypsy's monetization at one point because they like passed this new rule where they're no longer going to monetize people who had like serious charges, like murdering someone. And I think like if they had like a murder charge like within the past 8 years or something like that, they said that they were not going to allow that person to make money on TikTok. And I think this is something that went into effect like right after Casey Anthony started getting popular on TikTok. But I heard like that happened to Gypsy, and that's why Gypsy decided to deactivate her TikTok. But I was starting to believe that for a moment, but now that doesn't seem to be the case since she was making gifts during this live. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I just wanted to share the update with you guys that there will not be a season 3 of Gypsy Rose Life After Lockup. Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.